Hello, sweetie. This sounds like the double deckers. And I think it is. It's the mod intro. Right, to kick off episode 3 of That Was the Week That Was. Yeah? And all I need you to do, yeah, is give me a number from 1 to 8, yeah, and then, okay, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the paper we've pulled out is this one today, and today is, interesting. I thought it said January 35th, but it's not. Hang on, let's just make sure. There we go, can we see that? It is, not sure if I can see it, but it is January the 25th of 1963. Yeah, so this is Friday, January the 25th, 1963. The New Musical Express. Yeah, I'm just getting the shot right so as to be quite close to you and straight like that, okay? And the front cover is, let's have a look. Oh, there's 2 papers here, so I've got to take that one back. Oh dear. Be careful. Hang on. Right, that can go up there. And the paper is, as I say, this is That Was the Week That Was, and obviously we don't do the intro because I've got the little intro clip, and people can play that before they don't bother watching the show. Yesterday I've got an apology to make because the last show, who was it? We mentioned the Dynamic Kinks, and we featured Ray and Dave, yeah, the brothers, Davies, who I don't know, so I should really call them Mr. and Mr. Davies. And we didn't mention the other 2, yeah, because I couldn't remember their names. I feel bad about that. And one of them was Mick Avery, yeah, and I can't remember the other one, yeah. And I could look it up on the internet, but nah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's got to come back to me somehow, hopefully, eventually. But yeah, Mick Avery, yeah. But there were others that played with them who we do know, or we've seen, spoken to. Papa George, Nick Newell. Quite a few others, all great talented musicians in their own right. And what we're going to do, that was the week that was. Let's have a look. No further ado, there's nothing really on the front cover that, Adam Faith there releasing his single What Now, yeah, more like what's that about. Sorry Adam, I just can't remember the record, that's all. What else have we got? Page 2. I feel bad because I moved rapidly on from Al McCogan and Ed, who are great artists. Yeah, Al McCogan, probably the best known female British rock and roller. Did some great tunes. At least I think she's British. Great rock and roller. Yeah, don't matter where she's from. Yeah. Well, why do you feel the need to say that? Shut up! Right? Adam Faith, definitely, I'm sure I was going to say East End, and then I'm saying the exact same thing. Does it matter? Yeah, but shut up. Look, Adam Faith, lovely boy. Yeah? Lovely man. Look at that. Cheeky chappy. Yeah? Budgie, currently playing on another TV station. Yeah, that shall remain nameless. Yeah? But yeah, Adam Faith, Budgie, loads of other stuff he did, didn't he? I just can't remember any of it. Oh, he did that film with, what was it? He did a film with, great film. I just can't remember what it is. He did a lot of great films, did a lot of great movies. I just can't remember any of them, but I love to watch them. We're going on to page 2 now. Let's have a look. Page 2, New Musical Express, Friday, January the 25th, 1963. Oh, this is interesting. What have we got? Oh, the Shadows. Yeah. say the Shadows, yeah. I said something interesting and I mentioned the Shadows in the same breath. Again, only kidding. I love the Shadows. Also known, or were originally known as, what were they originally known as? Were they originally known as, yeah, the Wanderers, yeah, the Lighthouse Keepers, or the Drifters? Did you say the Drifters? You are right. They were originally known as the Drifters, and not only that, the Shadows. Sorry, I should really show the picture. I think we've got Bruce and, well, not. Oh, I thought it was Bruce. It's not. It's Jet and Tony. Yeah, Jet Harris and Tony Meehan. Yeah, who I think formed a little combo themselves and had a hit there called Diamonds, which they mentioned. Hope we can see Jet and Tony. But anyway, yeah, the Shadows were originally known as the Drifters. Yeah, and in fact, Move It, widely regarded as the greatest chart British rock and roll record of all time. Yeah, chart topping. It didn't go to #1, but it got pretty close to it. Yeah, they weren't. Whilst they were the backing band. Cliff Richard. It was Cliff Richard and the Drifters, not Cliff Richard and the Shadows. Yeah, so they were known as the Drifters back then. Not only that, Move It. Now we're mentioning Move It. Move It was supposed to be on a B-side. Yeah, it was supposed to be on the B-side. However, I think it was Jack Good and a few others in the industry said, no, it's got to be on the A-side. Even though their ad hoc manager at the time, a guy called, what was his name? Was it Franklin Boyd? Who went on to manage the Byrds. That's Ronnie Wood's Byrds. Yeah. Yeah. His entourage of Byrds. Yeah. I think there's another name for. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, Move It. Move It was supposed to be on the B-side. Well, it was on the B-side. A School Crush on the A-side, which was a Bobby Vinton tune, you know, just American sort of pretty boy ballad. And I think everyone bar Cliff Richard's manager at the time, Franklin Boyd, protested and said, oh, it's got to be Move It. Yeah. Even though Franklin Boyd, Cliff Richard's manager, who didn't last as his manager for long for obvious reasons, yeah, he didn't like it. Yeah. Anyway, so Move It got at the top of the charts, and then all the boys turned around to Franklin Boyd, their manager, and said, "Move it." He said, yeah, I know, it's great. And no, move it, as in on your bike. And then I think a guy called Tito Burns took over. Yeah, so that's enough about Move It. Yeah, what else about Move It? Is there anything else about Move It? Yeah, oh, Cliff, and that's the other thing, Franklin Boyd, he wanted Cliff Richard to be styled Cliff Richards, yeah, but I think, again, Cliff Richards, yeah, Harry Webb, they put their foot down and said, no, let's stick with Cliff Richard. And the manager said, no, it sounds silly, and he says, yeah, well, that's the point, innit, because people always say it twice, say, what, Cliff Richard? Yeah, so he gets double marketing, and that's why they stuck with it. Apparently, yeah, that could just be bullshit, but it's still a nice story. Well, it's a nice story when it's told in the right way. But I did my best. Right, okay. We've also got Mary Wells there. Look, that's interesting, isn't it? Hang on. Can we see that? Exclusive to Oriole label. Yeah. And there's the Oriole logo. There's Mary Wells. That's not Mary Wells. That's Maureen Evans. Yeah, but exclusive to Oriole. They're just about to release a load of Motown stuff. Do You Love Me? The Contours. You Beat Me to the Punch. Mary Wells and Beechwood 45789. The Marvelettes. Yeah. And what's interesting about that is that they're just about to release those 3 records, and this is the 25th of January 1963. Yeah, so believe it or not, yeah, the Motown Invasion, yeah, there you go, that's an exclusive to Oriole, and an exclusive to that was the week that was on Bardmann Baad TV is, well, it's not exclusive because a lot of people know it, but hopefully more will know it now. Another 3 or 4 will know that the Motown Invasion actually began on the, well, actually I say it began earlier than most people realise. Most people think it came over in '64. I think it actually came over, I think the first record ever released, Motown record released in this country was, what was it? It was Money, yeah, believe it or not, by Barrett Strong, yeah. And I think it was written by Berry Gordy? Well, actually, it wouldn't have been Berry Gordy, but he would have put his name on it for the for the moolah, for the money. But whoever wrote it, yeah. Sorry, Berry, because he's obviously well respected, and I've just dissed him. I better say I'm so sorry, Berry. Berry, whoever wrote it, yeah. Clearly included Berry Gordy because it's his name that's on the writing credit. I don't, yeah, he's, yeah, that was the first record, yeah, that was released in this country, yeah, on the American London label, yeah, Money by Barrett Strong, yeah, and that was '61. So the Motown invasion did actually clearly begin well before '64, about 3-4 years earlier, yeah. And obviously gained a pace here January '62, yeah, '63, so around the same time as the British invasion, yeah, i.e. the Beatles. So even then, yeah, yeah, we had the good sense to air our differences via the music, yeah, the British invasion, American Motown invasion, yeah, air our differences with our friends over the other side of the pond, yeah. Now what am I saying? Yeah, so there you go. So there's also, can we see, oh, is that finished? Can we see Shane Fenton there? I Ain't Got No Body, yeah, which I'm not sure if that was the same record as, what's his name? That's Shane Fenton. Oh, Shane Fenton, Shane Fenton, who, what was it? Ain't Got Nobody, I Ain't Got Nobody. Which was a Louis B. tune. I'm not sure if it's the same tune, but Shane Fenton, yeah, went on to be, who did Shane Fenton go on to be? Yeah, do you know? Was it? Did Shane Fenton go on to be, yeah? Shane Fenton go on to be, yeah? Cat Stevens, Alvin Stardust, or Gary Glitter? Which one? Sweetie? So I'm tying you out, aren't I? Right, tell me. Shane Fenton, did he go on to be Cat Stevens, Alvin Stardust, or Gary Glitter? Which one? Sorry? Cat Stevens. Clearly you're very tired. Was it Gary Glitter or Alvin Stardust? You're tired, aren't you? Maybe we have to terminate this programme shortly. Yeah? Yeah, no, okay, well, I think that's all we should do, perhaps. Yeah? Have a look. But yeah, what's interesting is, yeah, and some people won't like me for saying this, but face it, yeah, not got the best rep in town, have we? Did you find that funny? Oh, that's good. Right, in that case we'll carry on for a bit. But yeah, Money was released, yeah, the first Motown record ever released in this country on a British label, the London label, which was a black and silver label, and it was allegedly written by Berry Gordy, although I don't think so. I think that was more of a writing credit. Personally, that's just an opinion. But what's interesting is that was '61, and when Berry Gordy originally set up the label, which I think was 58, 59, something like that, so only about a year or two earlier, right, I think he was earning something like $80 a week, yeah? Something like that, $80 a week, yeah? In, it's to do with something with cars, I would have thought, and he weren't happy with that. He wanted to obviously earn more than $80 a week, so he set up Motown Records, Tamla as it was known back then, yeah, and become Tamla Motown, Motortown, yeah, Detroit, etc., etc. But what's interesting is that he was only earning $80 a week, and he wanted to earn a lot more than that. Money, yeah, London American, what's his name? Barrett Strong, yeah, and $80 a week, yeah, and that's about £60 current fluctuations, interest rate fluctuations. Is about 60. This isn't a great comparison, by the way, but it's to illustrate some kind of a point. £60 a week, yeah, which is, wait for it, what we're currently paying 60 years on, yeah, to family carers as an allowance out of the goodness of our heart, yeah, for the 24/7 work that they do. But the really funny thing is, if they don't do it good, right, yeah, they're going to have everything stolen from them, yeah, and if they do it good, yeah, they're going to get persecuted, yeah. Incredible, isn't it? Yeah. It was Berry Gordy, clearly a clever man, yeah. Even back in 58, 59, he thought, I wanted to say, F that shit, yeah, but you can't. You have to be careful about language and all that sort of thing. So I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to think it, yeah. Fredo that shit, he thought, yeah. And boy done good, yeah. So there you go. You're falling asleep. Right, shall I do one more and then we'll stop? So next page, what have we got? Oh, we've got, the Decca releases for the week of January. We've got the Decca releases. The Decca releases for January 1963, right? Okay, so this is January 1963. Decca releases. Oh no, they're Philips releases. No, they're not just Decca releases, they're Philips releases, yeah? The Decca release was Diamonds, Jet Harris and Tony Meehan, yeah? The Philips releases Susan Morn, Handkerchief to Helen, Frankie Vaughan, Loop de Loop, Nana Muscuri, My Colouring Book, Edie Gormley, Blame It on the Bossa Nova, which is a good record. You tired? Should I stop now? I'm going to stop. That was the week that was, because Nicole's got tired. But just before we stop, we're just going to do the charts quickly, yeah? The top three, yeah? And the top three were, yeah, Jet Harris and Tony Meehan, Diamonds, in at number 1. Dance On, The Shadows, in at number 2, yeah. Cliff Richard, Bachelor Boy, in at number 3. So we basically had The Shadows, believe it or not, in the week of January. What was it, January? Yeah, the last week in January 1963, yeah, we had, yeah, The Shadows, yeah, or members of The Shadows, also known as the Drifters, yeah, also the guys that were part of the greatest British rock and roll record ever, Move It, yeah, released in 58. We have, yeah, the boys from The Shadows in at number 1, number 2 and number 3, yeah, how weird is that, yeah? And Cliff Richard, he was also in at number 7 with The Next Time. So he basically had The Shadows occupying 1, 2, 3 and 7 yeah, of the NME top 30 in the last week in January 1963. And weirdly enough, the Tornadoes were in at number 4. Why is that weird? Well, that's weird because the Tornadoes were proteges of, who was it? Joe Meek. And Joe Meek, he was the one that turned... Did he turn the Beatles down, or was it Decca that turned the... And Joe Meek had an involvement as well. I think Joe Meek was the one that said, have a listen to the Beatles. I think he was. I'm getting confused now. I'm going to shut up. Shall I shut up? Right, that's it. We're going to end. That was the week that was for the last week in January 1963. Thank you very much. Good night. Can we see that? Let's finish that.